if the range cooperates. And,
Hello again, friends and loyal Wolfpack members. Chaos here, and welcome back to the Kerbal Space Program. That's right, we're going to be doing some more science today. And as I said, I really want to go and get us some more upgrades. And we're going to be doing that this episode. One of the ones I really want is the Metamaterials. So we can go and continue upgrading stations and so on. But some of these are really nice for other items as well. So like the bicoupler, the large bicoupler, the tricouplers, the quadcouplers, these are all really nice to have. So is the Rockermax Hubmax and the large Clampertron. So we're going to be going for those, but what else I want is scanning tech, so we can get the atmospheric sensor, and then this one as well, so we can go and get the gravity detector, or the gravioli detector as they call it. So basically, just so we can start and fill out, well, basically get all of the scientific items we can get. So I remember last time I said I wanted to get this one first, but I'm thinking this might actually be the best one to go for first. Specifically because I can get the gravioli detector, and that's going to give us a lot more science. So that's what we're going to go and do. It's also going to be giving us drills, which is drills and convertitrons, which are going to be making life so much easier. We're going to have the small holding tank and the radial holding tank, so those are going to be nice as well. So what this is going to allow us to do is actually go and mine ore, so we can go and actually have it being converted into fuel for our ships. Not only that, but monopropellant and oxidizer. So this is going to be making our station so much more viable. So this is going to be awesome. The next things I also want, like I said, is the metamaterials and the large volume containers. Now I want this for a specific project that I'm going to be working on very soon. And in order to actually have that project go and be complete, I need the large volume containers and the metamaterials. So this is going to be really nice to go and make. I suspect it's going to be a long-term project, and it's going to be a very expensive project. So that's going to be interesting. Now, like I said, we need to go and get ourselves some extra science to make all this possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to Watchpoint Mun. Though I noticed from last episode that basically the orbit of this is off on a bit of an inclination, and this is not really great. At some later point we're actually going to go and flatten off this orbit. We can't do it with the ship, with the station as it currently is, because all we've got is monopropellant. We've got a buttload of it, but it's not enough to go and do what we need it to. So that's going to be a pain in the butt. So what we're going to do is we are going to fix this at some later point. We're going to have to send up a module with some thrusters to go and just push the station into a different orbit. So that's going to be fine. But yeah, but I see now as well we've actually got some scan items here. So we've got altitude on the surface. They want to go and check out the temperature readings from around this area. So what's this? Different scans for all on the surface. That's going to be interesting to do. I think we'll probably do that next episode and try and send up a rover to go and do that. So awesome. Right, so what are we going to do? First of all, we need to go and jump over to our station. And here we are. Let's go see how much science do we currently have at the minute. Not a lot. And as you can see, we've got very, very little science on board at the present moment. And we're generating science at less than 1 per day. Now this does degrade over time. So what we want to go and do is we want to go and get down to the surface, go and fill up on some more science. So that's what we're going to go and do. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go and transfer a crew. Let's go for Greg Bulkerman and put him into the lander. There we go. So we've now got him in the lander. Now the great thing is this lander is completely automated. So we don't need to worry about his ability or inability, as the case may be, to actually go and pilot this. So here we go. We'll just move away from the station and we'll go and point retrograde. Now we've got to be a bit careful about our orientation when we start actually going and burning, because we don't want to go and hit our solar panels. That is something we desperately do not want to have happen. So there we go, we are completely clear, and let's actually just go and start up our engines and burning. So what we want, actually, I'm starting to think that we might be in the wrong place for this burn. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go and warp here, because we'll land somewhere around this-ish area. So I think basically doing our boosts from here should do what we get, basically get us the outlook, well, the outcome that we're looking for. We want to go and land around about here-ish, but we can brute force it a little bit on the way down. I don't want to brute force it all that much because we've only got a limited amount of fuel. We've got enough to get down and enough to get back. Now it looks like we're going to be landing a little bit off from where I want to go and land. So let's just move along a little bit and go and continue our burn to go and get ourselves down. We should get an intersect about here. There we go. Wow, that's good enough, I suppose. So let's go and warp over here. And there we go. Watch Point Moon. Bye-bye. Oh, and look at that. Lovely view of Kerbal there. So let's have a look at the science here and now of what we might need to go and have done. So we've got a mystery goo observation. So let's get that. We'll keep that. Material study. We will keep that. And we'll get rid of you for now. And we're going to have to go and land sometime soon. So let's actually just go and start doing our burn. Let's turn on the RCS, actually on the RCS, and we'll use that to slow us down as well. Now hopefully we should be far enough off the surface that things are not going to be much of a problem. Now we've got to be careful because I've got to make sure that we are not losing any electric charge or too much electric charge. Now I know that the RCS is not doing a great amount, but you know what they said, every little bit helps as the mouse that peed in the ocean. It looks like we're going to be dropping our speed enough before we go and land. So let's throttle that down a tad. A little bit more. We'll just drop that down to where we're actually starting to pick up a little bit of speed. So we don't, actually, I've just realised I haven't extended the legs. And we're getting very close to making a landing. So this is going really, really well. And there we go. Look at that. Let's actually go and turn the lights on as well so we can see what's around us. And what science have we got at the moment? Well, apparently we've done a bunch of science here already. So let's go and keep the seismic scan. So that's epic. And let's go and extend the ladder. Because what I'm planning to do is do a little bunny hop a little bit further along. So we should have enough fuel to do this. So let's go for an EVA. And what we can do is we can go and collect the data here. Remove and restore. So that's great. We can also go and collect this data. Remove and restore. Now, what we can do as well is we've already got a surface sample from here, because this is the Moon Midlands. Okay. But that doesn't matter overly. Look, it's just belly flop down. So that's great, but what we're going to do is we are going to go and plant a flag. So let's plant the flag. There we go, that's nice. I'm not going to bother writing anything on that. That's really just for the mission. Now, let's also take a surface sample. It's not going to be a great amount, but we'll take it for the moment just in case we need it. So I don't think there's anything else. Let's test, because there's sometimes we need to go and do a... Sometimes we need to do a EVA report, but there's nothing from there. Alright, okay, fine. So we'll remove this. And we'll go and get back on board the ship, or the little lander, as the case may be. So we'll board, retract the ladder, because I have a suspicion that if we actually try and land with the ladder extended, it may go and explode. We don't want that. Now, what do we want? We want to go and... let's see. We want to go and get to about there. So what we're going to have to do is go here to the map and go and launch, really. That's all we've got to do. So let's go and kick it up a little bit. And we basically just got to go and work out which direction that's going to be sending us. Okay, so that's not the direction we want to go. So what I'm thinking is it's probably about here. So let's check that. Which way are we actually travelling? No, that's completely opposite way actually. So it's about here, it would seem. Oh, we need to have an EVA report now. So let's go and do that. So EVA. Where are we? There we are. EVA report. We'll keep that. We will reboard. So what's this? This is near the moon's lowlands. Alright. Now, hopefully, we've got enough fuel to get back to orbit, although I'm a bit worried that we might not. So, screw it. Okay, let's not actually go and land again. Let's actually just go and point prograde. We'll get rid of you. We don't need it. And we'll just go and try and get ourselves an encounter with... Actually, let's throttle that down a minute because we need to go and set this as target. There we go. We should have enough fuel to do this. There we go. In fact, we can go and turn off RCS. And we can go and finagle this just a little bit because we want to get this lined up as well as we can. And we'll just get ourselves round the back of the station for docking. Just got to be careful as well because I don't want to hit the solar panels because they are very fragile. There we go, we're completely out of danger of hitting the panels. So let's see, we've got SAS off and RCS off. We should be getting caught by the magnets any second now. There we go. And there we go, we're docked. So that's epic. Now, first things first, we're going to have to go and refuel this little lander because I'm going to forget to do it otherwise. There we go. And then, so that's all those tanks in this select. And now just select the big tank and just click out. So that's going to go and get refueled. We'll just speed it up to go and make that process really quick. There we go. And what we can do now is we can go and review our stored data and send all of this to the lab. So how much data has this got? We've still got a good amount more that we can actually go and transport over. So what else have we got that we can send over? Not a lot, it seems. Review this data. We can send that over. That's 500. So what's this? That's not bad. We're a little over halfway throughout how much science we can actually go and start generating per day. Anything else? Anything else we can go and send over? No, so it looks like we're going to have to go and make another trip down, which is not a problem. So that's going to be great. And so we're all back being full of fuel again, or at least we should be. Let's go and disable crossfeed. Now let's actually go and see. Level up crew. So he's gained some experience, so he's still a level 1 scientist, but that's fine. Right, okay. So let's go and undock again. Turn everything back on and get the hell out of the way. So again, we're going to go and need to go and land again. Now, I want to go and land somewhere where we haven't had science from before. So landing here would be nice, but I'm not sure if we... because I think we may need to go and warp to there to actually get down where we want to go. So this should get us to land about there. So we'll see. Let's go and... are the engines still working again? Yes, they are. Good. So let's go and start the retro burn. Whoa, not that fast. Yeah, this should get us to land somewhere around this area. Well, the periapse is there. We should, hopefully, get an intersect a bit closer. So about here, I'm hoping. So let's speed this up a touch. And that should be good enough. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to warp about... In fact, let's actually just burn this a little bit more until we actually get this going into... and that's looking really good. So what I'm thinking is we'll warp to about there. And we should have enough ready to go for our suicide burn. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to go and basically manually control this down. So I'll manually speed this down so that... so I'll cancel that and manually speed it down, because if something else pops up, then it'll be nice to actually see and be able to react beforehand. So here we've got, from the Mons Midlands, we've got a mystery goo observation that we want to keep, and a material study that we're going to go and keep. Now, because we've got a scientist in there, we can actually go and basically get those back, well, basically store them in the lander can, so that even if we can't use them in the science lab, we can actually just go and send them back, basically just transmit them back to Kerbal. So that's going to be great. Mons Lowlands, here we go. So let's go and EVA report, keep that, and reboard. Now, in fact, actually, we can EVA, collect data, remove, restore, and observe. So let's keep that. We'll also go and collect the data, remove, and restore again. We'll go and store these experiments. Although, oh, okay, we couldn't get all of them. Alright, that's fine. We'll also go and collect the data here. So remove data, restore, and store experiments. Okay, reboard. Yeah, board anyway. So this is from Midlands. These are things that we don't need anymore, at least. Well, let's go and extend our antenna. Not that we really need it, but it's nice to have. Now again, we're going to need another EVA report, so it's nice to have this little thing here so I can see when we need to get our EVA reports. I mean, do we still need a crew report from here? Apparently not. Right, I think we're about getting to the point where we need... oh, we need a bit... oh no, I don't know if we need these. I think we've taken these already. Yeah, this is the Midlands, so that's fine. But I think we're at the point where we need to start doing our retro burn. So again, we're going to go and set down, and then just get our butts down to the surface, do some more science, and then take it back to the orbiting station. Now, hopefully, we are going to go and slow ourselves down enough. I mean, uh-oh. Looks like we might not, so let's just go and get ourselves a little bit of altitude. There we go. Now we can just go and slow ourselves down again. I was a little worried that we were just going to go and face plant the moon, and that we don't want to do. So we'll get our relative speed down fairly low. That should do. And then the rest of this we can do on the way down. Now I'm going to have to be very cheeky here, so EVA report, keep board, and then we can start doing our thrust to stop us going down, because we just had an EVA report that we needed to do right there. Uh-oh, we need to go and... that, there we go, perfect. So we are going to land on the slope, but that's not a massive problem, we're going to be okay. And there we go, we are landed. Although we have gone and fallen over, but I'm pretty sure we can go and fix this. Here we go, we've almost got it. Well, this is a little bit iffy, and there we go, we should be properly landed. There we go, perfect. So now we've got a whole slew of new science that we need to go and get. So we'll start off with a crew report. We will go for a temperature scan, atmospheric scan, mystery goo observation, seismic scans, that's 80, awesome. Material study, that's a lot of science as well. And now the next things we need is just to go and, excuse me, get out. Now all we need now is to get out and get our surface sample and our EVA report. So EVA report, we'll get that, keep that, and take a surface sample, perfect, and reboard. So that's all we need to go and do now. So, question is, we need to go and get back to the station, which is right here. So we'll set as target. Now I'll set that down a little bit because we need to not worry about that so much at the minute. I just need to work out which way we are going. So turning that way is in fact turning us the way we want. So until... let's try going back prograde now. So that should, yeah. In fact, actually, let's go and just quickly nudge that back. There we go. That should be on a direct intercept course. So let's go and get ourselves to a correct altitude. And basically just go and rinse this and repeat. There we go. So again, we're just going to go and fix our trajectory, and pretty soon we'll just be docked back at the station. Now this is interesting. I've actually managed to get a intersect on the way up before even circularizing. So this is going to be interesting to see how this is going to work. But we are going to have to go and do a quick adjustment to our trajectory, really. So here we go. We've actually managed to get our node down to 0.2 kilometers. So this is going to be interesting. I'm curious to see how much relative speed we're going to be having to wipe off here. But let's see, delta V, we've got nearly 500 meters per second, so this should not be a massive problem. So we'll warp to here. So where is our target? There it is. So we're about 30 kilometers away, and we've got to wipe off about 300 meters per second. So we'll get to a little bit closer. I don't want to get too close. I want to start burning maybe about a kilometer away, something. Okay, maybe that was a little bit far. Okay, so now I know for next time. And here we go. We should be docking any second. Now I know I've come in at a bit of a funny angle, and I seem to do this fairly often, but it doesn't really matter because we get grabbed by the magnets, and that's awesome. Right, anyway, so let's review the data. We'll send that to the science lab. How close are we to maximum? Because the maximum data we can hold is 750, and we're getting close, but we've still got more we can go and give them. In fact, let's actually go and have a look at our stored data first. So we'll send that, we'll send that. That we can't do anything with, we can't send that in. So let's go and transmit that. Nothing can do with that one, so we'll transmit that one as well. We'll send that to the lab, that to the lab. First of all, let's go and see. We're still not fully to it, so let's actually plonk that over there for the moment. And pin that. And we're still getting close, but we're not completely there yet. So let's review the data, and we'll send that. There we go, look at that. Very, very close to having our maximum scientific limit. Now, do we have anything else we can go and have a look at? Review data. Send. Oh, a sec. Review data. Can't send that, so let's go and transmit. Now, is there anything else? Let's have a look at here. Review data. Send to the lab. Review data. Can't send that to the lab now. Okay. So let's transmit. And what's the last one here? Here we go. You. We will review the data. We will send to the lab. That's not doing anything, apparently. No. Okay. So we'll transmit that as well. And again, let's go and transfer our crew back into the pod. And look at that, nearly 10 science a day. That is an epic amount of science. Before we carry on, I'm going to go and refuel this. There we go. So we've now got all our science transferred over. We've refueled the thing, we've cleaned out all the experiments. And right now, what we want to do is basically just go and fast forward this until we can go and get as much science out of this as we can. So we're going to fast forward this until we can get, let's have a look, 2 things successfully done there. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Stop that off because now we've got a maximum amount of science, so we will transmit said science. Now our electric charge is going a little bit iffy, but that's fine. So let's speed that up until we've sent all of that. There we go. And again, I'm just going to speed this up until we have gone and generated another maximum amount of science. This is just epic. Now, as you can see, this is degrading as we go. So we're going to have to go and refill our science in the near future. There we go. Awesome sauce. And we're going to go and transmit that science. I love it. When we're in the sun, we don't have any problems transmitting. That's awesome. So, that's it for now. So that's epic. Let's go back to the Space Center and see what we can go and spend that lovely science on. Alrighty, so what are we going to get? I'm going to go for, like I said, I want to go for the scanning tech. Because we've currently got a little over 1,000 science. So we'll go for the scanning tech. This is going to give us the surface scanning module, the survey scanner module, the atmospheric fluid spectrophotometer, that one. And then we're going to go for this one. So this is going to give us the ability to go and drill stuff. So we can go and basically mine ore and produce our own fuel this way around. But the reason I mainly want it right now is for the gravity detector. So we're going to go and research that one. Now that's left us with 344 science left. So in order to get what we want here, we want 106 science. So that's going to be so that basically we're just going to go and grab that and go and unlock this as well. But before we go over there, we're going to go and check just how much science we've got over here. There we go. We've got 44 science from this one, so we'll transmit that. How is that affecting our electric charge? Not terribly. There we go. So yet again, one more full set of science. That's going to be very nice. So we're going to have something left over at least. And I said we're going to have something left over. We've got nearly 1,000 science again. So here we go. Metamaterials. Thank you very much. And we've got enough for another 300 rank. So, theoretically, I can either go for nuclear engines or I can go for large volume containers. I'm not overly fussed about the large volume containers just yet. but I do like the idea of having some actuators. So I'm wondering whether or not I'm actually going to go and just spend this on some more items here, which would be very nice in a way. You know what, I'm actually going to leave this for the moment. I'm actually going to wait and decide what I want to spend this on next episode. And speaking of next episode, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you guys have enjoyed it. Now, like the video if you've liked it, dislike it if you didn't. Neither of those good enough for you, that's what the comments are for. And I've been Commander Chaos Wolf from Sci-Fi Gaming. You guys, as always, have been epic. I will see you soon. And until next time, my fellow Kerbal Nauts, keep flying and stay shiny.